Talk about jobs. You just said they were on a path to a very strong job market. We have 9.5 million people unemployed as of the last labor market survey, and 9.2 million job openings. So what's the disconnect? Is it a skills gap? Is it the extended unemployment benefits? Is it the fact that people just aren't willing to relocate? What is the disconnect there?
It's a really unusual situation to have the ratio of vacancies to unemployed be this high, and we think there are a number of things at work there. Maybe the place to start is just to say that this is now not so much about people going back to their old jobs. It's about finding a new job. So that's a time-intensive, labor-intensive process, and there may be a bit of a speed limit on that. There's research that suggests that there is a speed limit on that. So it's not like you can have millions of people at the beginning of the recovery going back in a single month because they're just going back to their old job. This is about job selection, things like that. There may also be some factors that are holding people back, and this is what surveys say. There are people who are reluctant to go back to work because they still feel exposed to COVID. These could be jobs where there's a lot of interaction with the public, and where perhaps there's a family member who's vulnerable or for whatever reason. There's also caretakers who are where schools are not fully open and parents are at home. Or taking care of older people. And there's also been very generous unemployment benefits, which are now rolling off. They'll be fully rolled off in a couple of months. And all of those factors should wane. And, we think we should see, because of that, we should see strong job creation moving forward. I mean, ultimately, it's unusual to see aspects like the job openings number in a context where there are that many unemployed people. That many job openings would typically suggest a tight labor market. And of course, we hear from businesses all over the country that it's very hard to hire people. And that may be because people are shopping carefully for their next job. I mean, I think the bottom line on this is people want to work. If you look at where labor force participation can get, people will go back to work unless they retire. Some people will retire, but generally speaking, Americans want to work, and they'll find their way into the jobs that they want. It may take some time.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.